everyone, and welcome to Fluent English with Podcast. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Alan. We're here to help you improve your listening and speaking skills through fun and engaging conversations.
Absolutely. This podcast is all about learning English in a practical way by having conversations you might encounter in everyday life.
That's right. We'll focus on building vocabulary and using natural expressions to help you feel confident speaking English.
So, if you're looking for a way to improve your fluency and sound more natural, you've come to the right place.
All right, before we jump into today's topic, we wanted to take a moment to ask you to subscribe to the channel. This way, you won't miss a single episode and can keep improving your English with us.
Sounds good, Alan. Now, on to today's topic. We're going to be talking about describing your home.
Describing your home can be a great conversation starter, whether you're talking to a new friend or showing off your recent renovations.
Exactly. So, Alan, why don't you tell us a little bit about your place?
Sure, Sophie. I live in a cozy apartment in the city center. It's not huge, but it has everything I need. There's a bright living room with a big, comfy couch, perfect for relaxing after a long day.
Sounds delightful. Yeah, a comfy couch is a must-have.
Definitely. The kitchen is on the smaller side, but I manage just fine. I do most of my cooking there.
That makes sense. And the bedroom?
The bedroom is pretty spacious, actually. I have a king-size bed and a big window that lets in a lot of natural light.
Oh, I love a bedroom with lots of natural light.
Me too, and of course, there's a bathroom with all the essentials.
Sounds like a great place, Alan. Now it's my turn.
Can't wait to hear about it, Sophie.
Thanks, Alan. So, I live in a 2-story house in a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts of town. It's a bit bigger than your apartment, but it's still quite manageable.
A 2-story house sounds fantastic. Plenty of space to spread out.
Exactly. On the first floor, there's a spacious living room with a fireplace, perfect for cozy nights and during the winter.
Ooh, a fireplace is a dream come true, especially for those cold winter months.
Definitely. There's also a kitchen with a breakfast bar and a dining area that leads out to a sunny patio.
Sounds like a perfect spot for enjoying a morning coffee or an evening barbecue.
You got it. Upstairs, there are 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The master bedroom has a walk-in closet and an ensuite bathroom.
Wow, that sounds luxurious. A walk-in closet and an ensuite bathroom. That's the dream.
Hey, maybe a bit. The other 2 bedrooms are good-sized, and we use one of them as a home office.
That's handy having a dedicated workspace at home.
Absolutely. And outside, we have a small backyard with a garden and a patio set. It's a great place to relax and enjoy the fresh air.
Sounds idyllic, Sophie. It seems like you have a lovely home.
Thanks, Alan. I really do. Now let's get into some conversations about describing your home. We'll introduce some helpful vocabulary and expressions along the way.
All right, so our first conversation is between 2 friends, Sarah and Michael, who are catching up.
Hey Michael, how are you doing?
Hey Sarah, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. So I finally moved into my new place.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations. Tell me all about it.
Sure, it's a cute little apartment in a great location. It's not huge, but it has everything I need.
Sounds perfect. What's the living room like?
The living room is really bright and cheerful. It has a comfy couch and a big bookshelf.
Nice. Do you have a balcony?
Yeah, I do. It's not huge, but it's a great spot to relax and get some fresh air.
That sounds fantastic. I can't wait to see it sometime.
All right, so in this conversation, we heard some helpful vocabulary for describing a home.
Exactly. Let's break down some of those words. First, we had cute, which means something is attractive in a small and charming way.
Next, we heard cheerful, which describes something that makes you feel happy and optimistic.
And comfy, which means something is comfortable and relaxing. Now let's jump into another conversation. This time, a couple, John and Emily, are discussing some renovations for their house.
Hey Emily, what do you think about painting the living room?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. The current color feels a bit outdated.
Totally agree. What color were you thinking?
I was maybe leaning towards something light and airy. Maybe a light grey or a pale yellow.
I like those options. Light gray would definitely make the room feel more spacious.
True. But yellow is always so cheerful, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we could even try a sample of both colors and see which one we like best.
Perfect. And what about the furniture? Do you think the old couch needs to be replaced?
It's definitely getting a bit worn out. Maybe we could find a new one that's both comfy and stylish.
Sounds good. We should also declutter a bit. There's just too much stuff in here lately.
You're right. Let's get rid of anything we don't use anymore.
Great. With a fresh coat of paint, some new furniture, and a bit less clutter, this living room will feel like a whole new space.
All right, that was a great conversation about planning some home improvements.
Definitely. We can learn some new vocabulary from this one as well. First, we heard outdated, which means something is no longer fashionable or modern.
Next, we had spacious, which describes a place that has a lot of space.
And worn out, which means something is damaged or no longer in good condition.
Great job explaining those, Alan. Now we'll discuss some common slang terms related to homes.
Yes, Sophie, but before we dive into some home-related slang, let's recap the vocabulary we learned so far. Cute. Attractive in a small and charming way, for example. I live in a cute little apartment.
Cheerful. Makes you feel happy and optimistic, for example. The living room is really bright and cheerful.
Comfy. Comfortable and relaxing, for example. It has a comfy couch and a big bookshelf.
Outdated, no longer fashionable or modern, for example. The current color feels a bit outdated.
Spacious. Having a lot of space, for example. Light gray would definitely make the room feel more spacious.
Worn out. Damaged or no longer in good condition, for example. The old couch is definitely getting a bit worn out.
Excellent. Now, let's talk about some slang terms you might hear when people discuss their homes.
All right, first up is pad. This is a casual way to refer to your apartment or house.
For example, someone might say, "Hey, come over to my pad tonight for a movie night."
Next, we have digs. Similar to pad, this is another informal way to talk about your place.
You might hear someone say, "I'm finally moving out of my cramped digs and into a bigger apartment."
Another term is crib. This can also refer to your home, but it often has a connotation of being a cool or stylish place.
For example, someone might brag, "Check out my new crib. It's got a rooftop terrace with amazing city views."
Finally, we have bachelor pad or bachelorette pad. This refers to a small apartment or house typically occupied by a single person.
Someone might jokingly say, "My bachelor pad is a total mess, but hey, at least it's mine."
Remember, these are all informal terms, so it's best to use them with friends and family or in casual situations.
Exactly. Now, let's jump into a few more conversations that showcase the vocabulary and slang terms we've learned so far.
Hey Richard, love your new place. It's so spacious and bright.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, it's a big upgrade from my old cramped digs.
Definitely. The living room is so cheerful with all this natural light. And that couch looks super comfy.
It is. Perfect for relaxing after a long day. The kitchen seems a little outdated, though.
You're right, maybe a fresh coat of paint could brighten things up.
That's a great idea. I was also thinking about getting some new furniture for the bedroom. The old stuff is getting a bit worn out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe you could find a cool crib set that's both stylish and comfy.
Good suggestion. Thanks for the advice, Sarah.
This conversation shows how to use vocabulary like spacious, cheerful, comfy, outdated, and worn out to describe different parts of a home.
Exactly. And we also heard the slang terms digs and crib used naturally. Now let's listen to the next conversation, where some of the words we have seen today are used.
Hey Michael, want to come over to my pad tonight for a game night?
Sure, sounds like fun. What kind of games are you thinking?
We could play some board games or maybe even video games. It's a bit of a bachelor pad situation, so there's not a ton of space, but we can definitely make it work.
No worries about space, Emily. As long as there are good games and good company, I'm happy.
Perfect. See you tonight.
This conversation uses the slang term pad to invite a friend over casually.
Absolutely. We hope these conversations helped you understand how to use the vocabulary and slang terms we introduced.
Definitely. Remember, the key to improving your English is to practice using new words and expressions in conversation.
That's right. So don't be afraid to try out what you learned today when talking about your own home.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Fluent English with Podcast. We'll be back next time with more fun and practical ways to improve your English communication skills.
Happy learning!